Hey guys, how we doing? I'm going to do another disc golf in the bag. I have not done one since last year. Lots changed. I'm trying a lot of new discs and I'm liking a lot of new discs. So I'm going to go through what I'm throwing now and hopefully what I teach you about my bag can help your game in some way. Maybe you can try a new disc that you haven't heard of and help your game. So I have been putting with the Vibram Ridges a lot for the last 5 months, and uh, they just were not sticking for me. I wasn't making enough putts. So I went back to my Super Soft Wizards that were from my first video. I love these discs. I love these putters. I'm confident. I think that's the most important thing about your putter, that you're confident with it, that when you step up to your putt that you think that you're going to make it and you're not worried about your disc that's in your hand and you know what it's going to do. I have two of them. These are my putters. I putt about 60 feet and in. I'm throwing the Super Soft Wizards. The thing with the Super Soft Wizards, I love them for long shots, but where I play there's a lot of trees. So if I'm driving off the tee, which I do a lot with putters, if I hit a tree with my Super Soft Wizards, the rim will bubble up and the disc won't be the same. It won't fly the same. So I picked up recently a Fusion. This is a Fusion Judge by Dynamic Disc, and I love it. It's got a profile that's very similar to the Wizard. Great feel, clean release, straight flyer, predictable. Anything 250 and in, up shots, tee shots. Where I can throw this, I will be throwing this. I can even throw it into a small headwind, just put a little more hyzer on it, and it will flip up and fly straight. It is a great disc putter off the tee. I recommend this Fusion Judge, and if you like to throw putters off the tee, I recommend one of these. Next I have my overstable putter. This is new to my bag. I was using the VP in my last video, and I went to a Pro Pig. This thing is very firm. I like my discs firm. I throw this on a flick. I flick this. I hyzer up shots with this, into headwinds with this. I've only thrown it a couple weeks, but I really am enjoying it. I like it more than the VP, and I love the VP, so this disc is a great wind fighter, and where I play there's a lot of wind. So if you have a lot of wind in your course and you need a disc that is going to fade for you and finish to the left, if you're a backhand thrower, righty backhand, I recommend a Pig. Alright, so that's that. I'm going to go to my mid-ranges now. I have one mid-range in my bag that I rarely throw. It's super understable, but if I ever need it and I don't have it in my bag for a shot, I'm going to be mad at myself, so I keep it in there always. This is a DX Wolf. It is very understable. I use it when I can't get a lot on my shots and I have to reach out. I really only throw it if I have a flick and I need to lean out and throw it around an object. It's just gonna hold that line, hold it, and it's gonna finish to the left when I flick. It's a good disc for that shot, and I rarely throw it. But if you're up against something and you got some brush in front of you, you need to lean out, take a knee, throw a flick to get around it. If the target's, you need to pitch out to a fairway. The DX Wolf is a really useful disc for that. I recommend it. Next, I have another understable mid-range. This is new in my bag. It's made by it's made by Westside, and it is a Terseus. It is a VIP disc. I throw hyzer flip shots or Annies that just stay to the right. Really holds the line well. I'm going to be picking up a tournament plastic one because I've heard that they're a little more stable, and to be honest, this disc is just maybe a little bit too understable for me. So when I get the tournament plastic, I'll let you guys know how I like it. I've heard really good things about the tournament plastic Terseus, and if you're looking for an understable mid-range, this is a good one. Alright, next I'm going to go to my straight mid-ranges. I carry two that just go dead straight. This is a disc that I have had for 4 years, and I love it. I just can't get enough of it. I throw it whenever I can. If I need to throw 350 straight, finish straight, I'm throwing this Z-Buzz. It's an excellent disc. I've thrown other buzzes, but they just don't seem to fly like this one. This is just dead straight. I throw it on the hyzer and it flips up and it just goes dead straight right at the target, and it finishes straight. It's a very good disc. I'm sure most of you have heard about the Z-Buzz, and the hype is true. I mean, I'm sure people who have a buzz, they love their buzz, and there's a reason to love it because it is a great disc. But I am trying new discs, and I've heard that the Westside came out with a disc called the Warship. I'm giving it a shot. I've thrown it only for a couple weeks. I like it. It flies like my buzz. I'm not as confident in it as my buzz, obviously, but I do enjoy this disc. It flies straight. It finishes straight. This is VIP plastic by Westside, and the color is awful. I traded someone for it, but I really wanted to try one, so I picked it up, and I threw it a bunch. I've thrown it quite a bit, just on fun rounds, never in tournaments yet, but fun rounds, and it flies very straight. So if you're looking for a straight mid-range and you don't want to do the buzz or whatever else they have that flies straight out there, there's a lot of mid-range that fly straight. I would check out the Warship by Westside. It does fly straight, very good disc. Next I have another disc that is new to my bag by Dynamic Discs. This is called a Truth. It is super flat. I mean, it is like a pancake, and it flies really straight. I throw this disc about 300 to 350, and it's unlike the Buzz. The Buzz finishes straight for me. This will finish with a small fade, but it won't fade until, maybe 300 feet, and then it will start to fade. So I can throw it just like my Buzz, flies like my Buzz, but at the end it tails off to the left just a little bit. I'm not sure what this is. Fusion plastic. I mean, I don't really know. It's maybe classic. I don't know what kind of plastic it is, but I really dig this disc. If you're looking for a mid-range disc that has a little predictable fade at the end, not a lot at all, this is a really great disc, The Truth by Dynamic. Next I have, this is a Suspect, a Fusion Suspect by Dynamic Disc. New, sort of new. I've had it for a couple months now, and it is slow. It's a little bit faster than my Judge, but it's overstable. I throw it into headwinds. I throw it with shots that I need to finish to the left. It is very predictable. I love it. I love it. If you're looking for a mid-range and you're looking for a disc that will finish to the left and you can throw into a headwind that's not too fast but not too slow, just a mid-range, it's just right. It goes about 250 for me, 225 to 250, and I really like the Suspect. I'm working it in the bag. I'm really enjoying it. And lastly is my overstable mid-range. This disc has been in my bag for quite a while now. This is a Champ Gator. It is overstable, great into headwinds, beefy, somewhat flat. I really like it. I throw it. It doesn't go as far as my other mid-range discs, but it does go further than my overstable putters. So I throw it, between right around 200 feet, 150 to 200 feet. The Gator's a really good disc for those overstable headwind shots or hyzer up shots. All right, next I'm going to go to my fairway drivers. I carry, let's see, 3, 4. Some of these are new, and I'm really not sure if they're considered fairway drivers or not, but I'm going to put them in there. This is an Escape by Dynamic Discs. One of the best discs I've ever thrown, to be completely honest with you. It is just holds its line. I throw it on an ante, holds an ante. I throw it on a hyzer, it holds a hyzer. I throw it flat, and it just goes straight. Um, a lot of people, say it's like a T-bird. I would agree. However, T-birds by Innova sometimes vary. Sometimes you get one that's overstable. Sometimes you get one that's understable. This disc is just perfect. It holds its line right out of the box. This is a relatively new disc for me, but from what I'm seeing out of it, I wish I had one 5 years ago, because it will stay in my bag for at least 5 more years. So if you guys need a fairway driver that's straight, that goes about, up to about 400 feet, and you just you're looking for something that's different than a T-bird, I would recommend the Escape. Really, really great disc. It's by Dynamic. This is the Lucid Plastic. The Lucid Plastic by Dynamic. Next, I just picked this up today. This is the Saint Pro. It's overstable fairway driver. It is, I had T-birds that were, that were real flat, real firm, that flew overstable. This reminds me of that. It flies straight, and it has a hard finish at the end. It goes about 350 to 400 feet, and then at the end, once it starts to slow down, it really dives down to the left. Really, really good disc. I'm really enjoying it. I played 2 rounds today with it, and I enjoyed it. I threw it some in the fields today, and I have enjoyed throwing it so far. All right, next I have I have a T-bird in my bag. The Escape has really taken this thing's spot, but I'm confident with this T-bird. I throw it on a hyzer, and it flips up, and it rides straight. It goes about 400 feet, 425 for me. Good and tight shots. I have a lot of confidence in this disc. The Escape, I'm becoming confident in the Escape, but if I'm on a hole that I'm familiar with, I've been throwing this there for years. I'll pull this out if it's an important round, and I will throw this. It's going to be hard to take this, it's going to be hard to take the Escape instead of this out of the bag, just because I am so confident with this disc. I next have a Glow Whippet. This is Domi. You can hear it popping. It's very, very overstable. It's like a slower Firebird. I throw it on hyzer up shots, flicks that I need to go maybe 250, 300. I have the Suspect as well, but the thing with the Suspect is the lip is a little thicker. This is a little thinner, so it's easier, comes out of the hand, it fights the wind just a little better, it's faster, a lot faster actually. So if I need a disc to get there quick, get out of the wind, dive down, I'm throwing this CFR Glow Whippet. Great, great disc. There's not many of them around. If you can find one of these, pick one up and get your hands on one, because they are very, very good discs in the wind. And then for my understable fairway drivers, I'm still with the Star Leopard. This disc is great. I can hyzer it out and flip and let the disc ride to the right, or I can throw it on an ante, and the disc will just ride that line. I played around in a tournament at a course I wasn't familiar with, very tight course, and I threw this disc a lot because it was tight, and I knew it would hold the line I threw it on, and if I needed it to finish to the right, it would finish to the right. I've had it for years, and I'm confident with it. I think that's very important in your to have discs like this in your bag that you're confident with, that every shot you throw, you know where it's going to go. This is a Star Leopard. Alright, so we're moving our way up. We're getting to the faster discs here. The next disc I have, I'm pretty much getting to my my high-speed drivers now. I throw a Champion Sidewinder. This is the only understable distance driver I carry. I throw it on a hyzer, it flies, and it flips, and it rides to the right. I can get this thing out about 450. For shots that I need to, I could even throw it straight, and if I need to take a corner real quick, this is a good disc for that. I've had it for years, and I just, I really enjoy throwing it. I have a lot of confidence in this disc. It's a good disc. I don't throw a lot of understable discs, but I do have this one in the bag. I will usually just take out an overstable disc in forehand, but this is the disc I will throw backhand if I need to flip up and turn over. Alright, next I have, I have two newer discs to my bag. I have a First Run Trespass Fusion Plastic. This is dynamic disc. I have been throwing it for only about a month now. Can crush this thing. I get this thing out there close to 500 feet. It is very straight flying. Not so great into a headwind. If there's a headwind, I will not pull it out. Tailwinds, I will pull this out, or no wind, I will pull this out. It goes a long way. It doesn't have a lot of fade to it, so I can throw it on a hyzer and it just flies dead straight, and it will finish with, you know, maybe a little bit of a turn at the end. It maybe will fly and just finish straight. It's a really, really, really good disc. Dynamic disc is doing a lot of good stuff, making a lot of good discs. Latitude makes dynamic disc, obviously, and this disc is very good. I really, really like the Trespass in Fusion Plastic. The next disc I have is Latitude 64. This is Opto Villain. It is overstable, great into headwinds. I've only thrown it for about a week, but I am really, really liking it. It is predictable into headwinds. It goes fast. It goes far. It fights the wind. It's really everything I've wanted in an overstable disc. I throw the Destroyer for my distance driver. It flies like a Destroyer, but it finishes just, you know, it's just a little bit slower. So if you're looking for a disc that, you know, you want to be able to fight the winds and you want it still to fade out without flipping over, I recommend the Opto Villain. It's a lot different in Opto than in Goldline. The Goldline plastic seems to flip over more for me, so I stuck with this Opto Villain. I really, really like it. Alright, the next two discs I have are two Star Destroyers. These are my distance drivers. I'm looking to get off of Innova because I feel like their discs, every run is completely different. You know, sometimes I'll pick up one Destroyer and it will be flippy, and the next one I'll pick up will be overstable. So the consistency that comes with Innova, I'm not really digging it lately. That's why I'm trying the Latitude 64 products, because I've noticed that right out of the box, right out of my bag, brand new, flies the same way as the one that I just lost. You know, if I lose a disc, I can buy a new one and replace it without having to worry about it. So this is the Star Destroyers that I am throwing, because I haven't found a disc that I want to throw that's different than this. I heard the Giant is good. I haven't got my hands on one. My friends throw them, and I'm going to be looking into getting some of those, and I'll let you know how those fly. But this is a Star Destroyer 170. It's my longest flying disc in my bag. It's predictable. I can throw it into a headwind. I really, really like the disc. If there's any disc by Innova that I would still throw, it would probably be the Destroyer and my Firebird that I'm going to pull out next. This one is straighter. I can throw it flat and it flies a long way. I can throw it on an Annie and it will S out for me and come back. I'm getting this disc out about 500 feet right now, and it's my furthest flying disc in my bag. And the next one I have is the Star Destroyer, the bottom stamp, flat. I was hoping when I bought it, I ordered it online, I was hoping that it'd have a bubble, because the bubble Destroyers are very much more overstable than the flat ones. And I heard that these Star Destroyers with the bottom stamps are really overstable, and to be honest, this flatter one isn't much different than this other one I have here. I was hoping it'd be more overstable. It is, just because it's brand new, but it isn't as overstable as hoping it would be. But I'm still liking it. It still is very, very overstable. It's not as overstable as I was hoping, but I get this disc out there. I can throw it on a hyzer, and it really, in high spike hyzers, and it will fly. 450, 500. Fights the winds well. That's what I like about the Star Destroyers. And yeah, So this is my long range overstable disc. Lastly, I have my favorite disc that I've ever thrown. This is a Champion Firebird 11 time, very, very flat, max weight. If you don't have a Firebird in your bag, you're missing out. Fights any wind, utility disc, thumbers, you know, skip shots, tomahawks, you know, any big spike hyzers, anything you can name, you can do with a Firebird. I will never take this out of my bag. I've had it in my bag for years. I had an 11 time Firebird before, a red one, and I lost it. And I bought it 12 times thinking, oh, you know, it'd probably be, you know, it'll be the same. I bought it flat 12 times. Nothing. It's nothing like this 11 times one. He's 11 time champion one. So if you're going to get a champion Firebird, or you throw a Firebird and you want a Firebird that's more overstable and is going to hold its stability, I recommend the 11 times. For some reason, they just seem to hold up to the stability more than the newer ones. So I recommend the Champion Firebird for the big arm guys who can throw a lot of hyzer shots or throw a lot of flicks, throw a lot of skip shots. It's a really great disc into the wind, and I can't say enough about the Firebird. And that sums up my bag. The last thing I want to say is that when you're out in the course, and if you play a lot of tournaments, I recommend getting a manual, or a rule book rather, so that when you step onto the course, you know the rules of disc golf. So I remember when I was first starting to play, my first few tournaments, I was worried about, am I doing everything right? Is someone going to call me on a foot foul? Am I doing this right? What's the ruling on that? And I was nervous. So what I found was the best thing to do, besides playing a lot of tournaments, is just to get a rule book and read up on your rules and know all your rules, so that when you're out in the course, the last thing you need to worry about is, you know, can I move this stick? Is my foot placement okay? You know, just anything that has to do with rules. You don't want to worry about that in the course. You want to worry about getting to your disc, getting to the tee box, throwing your shot, making a good throw. So if you know your rules, I keep a rule book in my bag at all times. You know, it's just very, very important to not have to worry about the little things like your rules. You should be worrying about your shots and not worrying about if you're doing everything right. So pick up a rule book, read your rules, get some knowledge of the game if you're going to become a competitive disc golfer. And that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed my video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them. I'll try to answer them the best I can. And until next time, guys, thanks for watching.